As I am not a parent myself, I have to ask you parents out there, is this children's cartoon acceptable? Oh, Lord.
You're crazy. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I?
So before I even get into my opinion on the cartoon itself, I just want to show you a quick soundbite of the cartoon with no audio on it, yeah? Just a visual of the cartoon and how it's drawn and stuff. And by looking at this cartoon, to me, this is a cartoon that is aged at what I would say 4 or 5 year olds maybe, or 6 and 7 year olds maybe. Yeah, not infant children, but it's not, I wouldn't say it's definitely aimed at, let's say, 10, 13 year olds. 10 or 11 to 13, should I say, right? It looks a little bit too, you know what I mean? The brightness of the colours, etc. So bearing that in mind, right, the context of the video is what is somewhat questionable, yeah? But like I said, I'm not a parent, right? So I have to ask, well, as a parent, if you were watching this and you saw your kids being taught this in school, would you allow it? Or would, you know what I mean? Now, this is happening in America. It's not even happening over here. And I'm quite confident that there would be a primary school daft enough to put this on.
No need.
So anyway, the cartoon itself, yeah, where it went downhill for me is about teaching kids about their private parts, their PP and vajayjay.
Some children and adults feel uncomfortable when they talk about their private parts, so they make up cute or funny names for them.
In the beginning, to be fair, you just talked about the sexual organs being important, like the heart and the lungs, and that I kind of thought, well, okay, well, you know.
Because our private parts are just as amazing as our hearts, lungs, brains, or any other of our amazing body parts.
Bit risque for a 5-year-old, 6 or 7-year-old, but at the end of the day, education is education. You know what I mean? And they need to learn these things. They're going to learn it at one point. So I kind of didn't mind so much.
Urination is actually very important. It helps us get rid of waste, stuff our body doesn't need.
If a 7-year-old kid isn't potty trained by then, well, so they know what the things are for. Yeah. At the end of the day, it'd be more important to teach the kids how to shoot straight and not get it all over the walls, right, and then shoot straight into the bowl. And for the women, of course, obviously not to fall into it. Yeah. But anyway, I digress. But then about halfway through, this is where it goes tits up for me anyway. Yeah. But as I said, again, not a parent. Right. And this is where they start talking about masturbation. Right. And I'm thinking, whoa. Why are you teaching 5 and 6-year-olds? Well, hold on, let me clarify something. They claim it's for year 11. And I think that year 11 is supposed to be 10 and 11-year-olds. But like I said, yeah, when you look at how the cartoons are drawn, it seems to me that the audience is a lot younger than that. But carry on. Why are you teaching, or why are you making a cartoon that has to involve masturbation? And especially how they talk about it in saying that it feels good and they enjoy it.
How come my penis gets big sometimes and points up in the air?
That's called an erection.
Sometimes I touch my penis because it feels good.
Sometimes when I'm in my bath or when Mom puts me to bed, I like to touch my vulva too.
What? Seriously? Okay. Now, as a parent, if my kid came home from school and I said, oh, how was your day today? What did you learn today? Oh, I learned that playing with myself is good. I'd be marching down to that school and having a word. But that's just me. Don't have children. But what would you do as a parent, for those of you who have got children? Is this acceptable? Is this something that you think that is, oh, yeah, they need to learn, they need to know this. You know, before they know how to do algebra and ABC and all them kind of things there. As my man Tyreek said. You know what I mean? What's wrong with just ABCs and 1, 2, 3? Yeah. But I don't know. I just found it kind of bizarre. And the other kind of thing I kind of like triggered in my head was this: who drew this, or whose idea, or who formulated this concept and thought it was a good idea?
You have a clitoris there, Kayla, that probably feels good to touch the same way Keith's penis feels good when he touches it.
You know what I mean? Because if I wanted, not if I wanted to get dark on the situation now, yeah, I mean, go down the road that maybe I shouldn't go down, but I'm gonna do it, right? Is that this to me is like some kind of fantasy for somebody somewhere.
It's okay to touch yourself and see how different body parts feel, but it's best to only do it in private.
Yeah, in the sense that if they teach kids that it's normal behavior to play with themselves and masturbate at a young age, yeah, you'll have some pervert in a later stage, or older person, the paedophile gang and your nonces or whatever they call them, yeah, using this as an excuse or coming up with some kind of nonsense that, they saw their son playing, or they saw their child playing with themselves, and they weren't watching it for their enjoyment. They were just concerned that they weren't doing it right, or they were concerned at what they're doing, and they had to get involved, in which they now can get involved, if you know what I'm trying to say. You know what I mean? That's a very dark road, right? But it does seem that way to me. You know what I mean? But that's just my opinion, and that's how I see things. Right? But let me know what you think in the comments below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
Yes. Am I? Yes. Am I? Yes.